Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Conversations Made Easy. I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex. We're so glad you're joining us today for another episode designed to help you build your English skills, especially if you're at the A1 or A2 level.
That's right, Alex. Today's topic is super useful and something you'll definitely want to be able to do, talking about your personality in English. And of course, talking about the personalities of your friends, family, or even people you meet for the first time.
It's a fantastic skill to have, Mia. When you meet someone new, whether you're traveling, studying, or at work, being able to describe yourself or ask about others really helps you connect. It opens doors to deeper conversations than just "how are you" or "where are you from?"
Exactly. And for our A1, A2 listeners, don't worry. We're going to keep it simple, practical, and full of everyday words you can start using right away. We're aiming to give you a solid 20 minutes of really useful phrases and examples.
So let's dive in. When we talk about personality, we're talking about how a person usually is, their character. We use adjectives for this. Mia, what's one of the first words that comes to mind when you think about a positive personality trait?
For me, it's friendly. A friendly person is someone who's kind and pleasant to other people. They smile a lot. They say hello. They're easy to talk to. For example, my neighbor is very friendly. She always waves when I see her.
That's a great one, Mia. Friendly is perfect for beginners, and you can say, "I am friendly," or "he is friendly," or "she is friendly." Very simple structure. Another common one is kind. A kind person is someone who cares about others and helps them. They are nice.
Yes, kind is so important. Like, my teacher is very kind. She always helps me when I don't understand. Or, my friend is kind. He always listens to my problems.
Absolutely. Now, what about someone who likes to talk a lot and meet new people? We often say they are outgoing or talkative. Outgoing means they like social situations and meeting others. Talkative means they like to talk a lot.
Right. So, if your friend always starts conversations and has many different friends, you might say, "My friend is very outgoing." Or if someone never stops speaking, you could say, "He is very talkative." Sometimes, talkative can be a little negative if someone talks too much, but it's usually just a description.
Good point. And on the flip side of outgoing and talkative, we have shy or quiet. A shy person finds it difficult to talk to new people. They might feel nervous in big groups. A quiet person simply doesn't talk a lot. They might be thinking or just prefer to listen.
I think I'm a little bit of both, Alex. Sometimes I'm outgoing, but if I don't know many people, I can be quite shy at first. So you can say, "I am a little shy in new situations." Or, "My sister is very quiet. She loves to read alone."
That's perfectly normal, Mia. Personality isn't always one extreme or the other. It's often a mix. Let's think about someone who makes people laugh. What would you say?
Oh, that's easy. Funny. If someone tells jokes or always makes you smile, they are funny. For instance, my brother is really funny. He always tells the best stories. Or, "This podcast is so funny." We hope.
We certainly hope so. And if someone is the opposite of funny, perhaps they don't joke much and think deeply, we might call them serious. Serious isn't bad. It just means they are thoughtful and perhaps not always laughing. My boss is serious, but very fair.
That's a good example, Alex. Serious can be a positive quality. What about someone who's always smiling and looking at the bright side of things?
We can say they are happy or optimistic. Optimistic means they always expect good things to happen. My friend is very optimistic. She always thinks tomorrow will be better. A simpler word, of course, is happy. He is a very happy person.
Yes, happy is a fantastic basic adjective. Now, let's talk about energy. Some people have a lot of energy. They're always doing things. We can call them energetic or lively.
Exactly. My dog is very energetic. He loves to run and play all day. Or my younger cousin is lively. She's always dancing. These words describe someone who is full of life and activity.
And the opposite of that might be someone who is calm or patient. A calm person is relaxed and doesn't get upset easily. A patient person can wait for a long time without getting angry.
Like, my yoga instructor is very calm. Nothing seems to bother her. Or, I try to be patient when I'm stuck in traffic. These are excellent words to describe a more relaxed temperament.
Now let's add a few more descriptive words that are still easy for our A1 to A2 listeners. How about adventurous?
Oh, I love adventurous. An adventurous person likes to try new things, go to new places, and doesn't mind a little risk. My brother is very adventurous. He wants to climb a mountain next year.
That sounds like a great personality trait. What about someone who loves to draw, paint, write stories, or come up with new ideas? We call them creative.
Yes, creative is wonderful. My friend is very creative. She makes beautiful paintings. Or he is creative in his job. He always has new ideas. It's about using your imagination.
And one last one for this section, thoughtful. A thoughtful person thinks about other people's needs and feelings. They often do nice things for others.
Like, it was very thoughtful of you to bring me coffee. Or, she is a thoughtful friend. She always remembers my birthday. It shows they care.
So, we've covered quite a few adjectives. Now, how do you actually ask someone about their personality or how they would describe themselves, Alex?
Good question, Mia. The simplest way is, what are you like? It's a direct way to ask about someone's personality. You can also ask, how would you describe yourself?
And if you want to ask about another person, you can say, what is your friend like? Or, how would you describe your sister? You can even ask a yes-no question, like, is he friendly or is she shy?
Perfect. Let's try a quick example. Mia, if you had to describe me using some of the words we just learned, what would you say?
Okay, Alex, I would say you are very friendly and talkative, which is great for a podcast host. You're also quite funny. You always make me laugh. And I think you're pretty adventurous because you told me about your hiking trips. So friendly, talkative, funny, and adventurous.
Wow, thank you, Mia. I'll take that. Now my turn. Mia, I would describe you as very kind and thoughtful. You always remember little details about people. You're also very creative, with all your ideas for the podcast, and definitely happy. You always bring a lot of positive energy.
Aw, thanks, Alex. That's very sweet. See, listeners, it's not so hard. We just used a few simple adjectives and simple sentences. You are or I am.
Exactly. A little tip for you. You can also use words like very or a little bit to give more detail. For example, I am very friendly, or I am a little bit shy.
That's a great point, Alex. It adds nuance. So how can our listeners practice this beyond just listening?
Well, the best way is to try to describe yourself. Take a moment right now or after the podcast and write down 3 adjectives that describe you. Then, describe a friend or a family member. Think about their actions. Does your friend help people? Then they are kind. Does your brother always tell jokes? Then he is funny.
And don't be afraid to try using these words in your next English conversation. Even if you only use 1 or 2 new words, that's progress. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
Absolutely. It's like building with Lego bricks. You start with simple pieces, then you connect them to make bigger, more complex structures. Personality descriptions are your first building blocks for understanding people in English.
What a great analogy, Alex. So, to quickly recap for our A1 to A2 listeners today, we learned lots of simple words to describe personality. Words like friendly, kind, outgoing, shy, funny, serious, happy, energetic, calm, patient, adventurous, creative, and thoughtful.
And we learned how to use them in simple sentences like, I am friendly, or she is very creative. We also covered how to ask, what are you like? Or, how would you describe your friend?
A main takeaway is that you have a powerful set of words now to start talking about yourself and others. Don't be afraid to use them, even if you feel a little shy at first. Practice makes perfect.
Indeed. Learning these words and phrases helps you make deeper connections and understand the people around you better, which is a huge step in your English journey.
So, keep practicing, keep listening, and keep building your English vocabulary. You're doing great.
That's all for today's episode of English Conversations Made Easy. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.